Hello, my dearest imposters, and a good time of day to you all, whenever and wherever this may find you. No one tells you when you embark on this journey that it's going to be a bullet train. A bullet train you can't get off of, by the way, and also one that makes you feel perpetually inadequate and unaccomplished as you are hurled towards your certain and inevitable demise. That's just not in the brochure for some reason. Funny thing is that the train takes a while to speed up. Time drags painfully when you're a kid. Things just can't move fast enough to keep you satisfied. And all you want to do is slam on the accelerator and really put your whole weight into it too, and just watch the dials climb up and laugh with hysterical glee. Here I come, all things I think I need and want. Just you wait. But once you do get up to speed, you start missing stations, and you just fly by them as they become nothing more than checked boxes. Faster and faster they fly by. Once destinations you looked forward to, wanted to soak in, bask in, let them permeate every fiber of your being, become mere sightseeing opportunities. And you watch them through the window as they fly by in a blur. Panic sets in. No one gets off this train alive, do they? It's all just a shapeless, blurry mess. Everything just blends together into a shapeless blob of routine events and missed opportunities, with only occasional episodes of clarity and joy. Special occasions when it just feels right, when everything seems to fall into place in such a way that you can feel time slowing down. You start to feel that it all makes sense somehow. You think that you finally got it, you figured it out. Great! Do more of that from now on. Finally, I know what needs to be done. From now on, I'll do more of that. You think to yourself seconds before the doors slam on that moment and the bullet train hurls you further into oblivion. Let's face it, all sorts of spiritual and self-improvement advice is nice and all, but sometimes it just feels like the people dispensing that advice are a bit divorced from the reality most people who are just trying to survive face. Between child-rearing routine and the daily struggle to stay afloat financially, it's no wonder you can feel like life is just passing you by at warp speed. Not for me to comment on the correct practice of mindfulness, but let's just say that being mindful is the last thing you have energy for when you live in survival mode and most of your day is filled with moments you don't want to dwell on too much. On the one hand, that's completely missing the point of mindfulness to a certain extent. On the other, when you are painfully aware of your predicament and have no immediate, clear, and actionable way out, the last thing you want to take in is advice from people, most of whom have never been in your shoes. But what if things aren't too bad? Objectively speaking. What if, objectively speaking, you're doing alright? Time still is relentless nonetheless. However, one's drive and pathological obsession with a better and more comfortable tomorrow can be ruthless and can become corrosive very quickly. No milestone is ever enough, and it's never a good time to rest and take in what you've accomplished. And once again, there you are on the bullet train, watching life fly by in a blur. So, whether you're on the downside of advantage or flying high, the train makes no unscheduled stops. Mindfulness is great at slowing things down if you can be diligent enough to practice. I try to think about it in a slightly different way. I think about it as giving up control and surrendering to the moment. It's thinking to yourself, so I guess this is happening now, and I'm okay with that. Even if whatever it is that is actually happening is not entirely preferable. So, this is happening now, and I'm okay with that. And once you let yourself be the willing victim of that moment, be it good or bad, and give up all control and, most importantly, expectations of the outcome, then time becomes your friend. It'll slow down when it's good and speed up when it's not, instead of doing the opposite. After all, the train driver knows the gig. So it's a good idea to trust them and work together. So, become the willing victim of the moment, good or bad, and trust that time will adjust accordingly. This has been another pseudo-intellectual and quasi-philosophical rant. Thank you for listening. Be good.